This video was for informational purposes only. I am, and nor do I claim to be an expert. I'm just a steering wheel holder trying to save us a little money by doing the work ourselves. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe learned something from it. Maybe just got a kick of watching a poor boy work. And hell, we had fun today. We got it done, and it's been a while since I've done the turbo manifold. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to 806 Driver. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you've been with us for a while, welcome back, y'all. Today, as you can see, we got a little shop day going on. We have to install a new manifold turbo on the blue truck. We ran into some issues the other day when we was looking this thing over, and I'll show y'all right quick. If you look right there's a crack in that turbo flange, and it runs all the way down into the housing there. So yeah, so needless to say, it needed a new turbo. Needed a new turbo, y'all. So we went ahead and went one step ahead, and we ordered a new manifold as well. So let me show y'all what we got over here. We got us a step up turbo from Borg Warner. This is the model number. I believe this is a stage 1, non-wastegated Borg Warner turbo. Same one I got on the rat rod. Real good turbos, boy. They spool up, they run cool. We also got us a ceramic coated, ported and polished FullTilt exhaust manifold. And I don't know if this has a part number on it. Here, the 85200. But yeah, hand ported and polished, ceramic coated. It really helps that truck run a lot cooler on your exhaust temps. But so that's what we're going to do today. We have all our accessories here. We got our studs for the manifold to mount. We got our sleeves. We got some seals. Some more seals, gaskets. And here's our studs for the turbo to mount up to the manifold. And of course our turbo here. Got some more seals and gaskets right here. And then of course our turbo. I mean our manifold. So put my glasses back on. Had have them on the reed. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start out by removing all this air intake stuff, get it out of our way. Take the exhaust loose right here, get it out of the way. Then take our cold air side going to the air off and get it out of the way. Take our oil input line off, and then we'll take our oil return line off down here on the bottom. Get all that out of the way. This new turbo will not have this on there. This is your wastegate. Will not have that. And then hopefully the hardest part on this is going to be getting these old studs out, and hopefully they all come out good. This motor has been rebuilt not too long ago. You can actually see that the gaskets are still pretty new. So hopefully them studs will come out without any major problems. A couple are there hard to get to behind this thermostat housing right there, but other than that, hopefully it won't be too bad. I'm gonna video a little bit today as we're going through this. We'll get her all cleaned up and put back together and be ready to put her back in the wind. So hope everybody's doing good. And so without further ado, let's get after it. All the way down underneath it, even to the inside of the chamber there. If you look over here, it was beginning to get a small crack right here. And then this was the part I didn't even notice with it on the truck, but if you look, I don't know the way the light is out here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. You look right there, right in the center of the screen, there's a crack going around the housing there. This thing was ready to come apart going down the highway, boy. In bad shape. But we got the turbo off. The thing I gotta do now, I gotta get my return line out here. And then we'll start pulling the manifold off here. Just cross our fingers. Yeah, I done busted that one this morning. Cross our fingers. All these studs will come out. No problem. Cross our fingers, cross our fingers. Got your own time lapse up here. I'll check back in here in a minute. guys, got the manifold off. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 studs that did not come out. Half of them came out, half of them didn't with the nut. So hopefully I can put a pair of vice grips on these and get them all to come out. Once I get these studs out, I'm gonna shove some rags up in here, and then we're gonna clean this all up real good, and then we'll be ready to go back. Only thing I gotta do, I gotta get a tap and run each one of these threads in to clean them out, make sure they're good and clean before we put the new studs in. And we'll talk about that when we get to it. But right now I'm gonna try to get the rest of these studs out with some vice grips and cross our fingers again. Hopefully none of them break. We get them all out. Alright guys, I know I was talking about getting some of these studs out with a pair of vice grips, but another thing you can do, sorry about the compressor, it's kind of loud in here, but my dad showed me this trick back in the day. My dad taught me a lot about working on stuff coming up, so but he used to always call it, boy, it's an ancient Chinese secret. I don't know if that's a good thing to say anymore with all the stuff going on with the Chinese, but anyways, this is a good little trick here. Instead of using the vice grips, hey, their compressor shut off. Go ahead and get you a nut on there, and get you another nut, and come in behind that one. All right, then you'll back this other one back up to the nut, the second nut you put on, and that'll bind it up. And take your wrench, grab that inside nut, turn it to the left. Well, I done did two like this and it worked just fine. Now it ain't wanting to work on this one. Let's see here. I'll cinch them up a little better. There it goes. See, it broke loose then, y'all. Broke loose then. And voila. There you go. So I got 3 more to do. I got one here, a little shorty here to get out, and then one there to get out, and they'll all be out, and then we'll go to cleaning here. So just figured I'd show y'all that little trick right quick. Alright guys, as you see, we got all the surface area prepped, cleaned up good, got all the old gasket material off of everything. I need to hit this one a little bit more. A little rough right here and right here. But other than that, now what we're going to do is we're going to tap each one of these holes out with the 3/8 by 16 tap. Focus, focus, focus. Yeah, about 3/8 by 16 tap. There we go, now we got some focus. Always squirt just a little bit of PB Blaster on there. Just help lube it up. Get it started as far as you can by hand. Spin her on in there. These are pretty, so far, I did this one on top already. It seemed pretty clean, so. As soon as you feel it bottom out, just stop right there, back it back out. Get it out, clean it off. Just trying to focus on it. Having a hard time focusing there, y'all. But yeah, I just clean it off with a little PB blaster. Go to the next one. As far as you can by hand. Put your wrench on it. What this does, if there's any rust in there or any debris, it'll clean it out good. After I get done with all 12 of them, I'll take a little air and blow in each one of them and make sure we got everything out. So that's where we're at right now. We're just gonna keep on getting after it from there. Back to the time lapse. All right, y'all, looks like my lunch has got here. Say what's up, Miss 806?
What's up?
806 Junior. Brought me my lunch.
I was wondering who you were talking to, and then I was like, I bet he's making a video.
I'm making a video.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I sent you the track schedule.
The what? Yeah, I got it. Y'all be good.
Love you.
Thanks. Love you. Got us something to eat. Good old Sonic burger. Time to chow down. Finish up. Oh, y'all, we ran into a little issue. Check out baby 806 back there. The kit we got did not come with these. There's 6 of these. These are exhaust sleeves that go into the exhaust manifold, or the exhaust ports on the side of the head. And they got a gasket on the front and on the back. Some people do not reuse these, but it's better to reuse them because it helps with airflow coming out. So, called Freightliner in Amarillo. They actually had some, so we are en route to Amarillo to go pick some of these up and get back to finish installing everything. It's a pain. We got to drive 90 miles to a parts store, but that's just part of living in rural America. Miss 806 driving me up here, so we're gonna get her done, go get these parts, get back to putting it back together. So what's up, man? Some stuff in will call.
Yes.
6 exhaust sleeves for Chris. Thank you, bud. Oh yeah, let's see. Card. All right, y'all, we make back in here 4 hours later. Got what we needed here. All I got to finish doing is tapping out the hose and making sure clean, blowing them out with air. We'll put these in, our new studs, and then we will go to putting the manifold on, which is down here. So. That's the plan. I guess they're repaving the street or repaving the grocery store parking lot across the road. Come back and all the employees at our little local grocery store got us blocked in out here. We're not going anywhere though, so it's all good. They close at 6 on Sundays, so hell, it ain't long. They're finna to get off, about to get off work, so. And get back at it, y'all. Put y'all back on time lapse. Alright guys, we got all the holes tapped out. I went and sprayed some brake cleaner in each hole to get all the debris out, and then I went back with some compressed air and blew into it to get any of the liquid back out. So you do not want to leave any liquid in there, because when you put the bolt in, the stud in, it could hydraulically fracture the inside of the head with that fluid not having nowhere to go. So you always want to make sure they're good and dry and cleaned out good. All the threads were pretty well clean. So what we got to do now, I'm going to show y'all on one here. Let's see, this will be the easiest one for y'all to see. You pull your rag out, get our studs, got our stud kit here. We need two studs here. Right, we got a short end and we got a long end. We got a they're both threaded different here. All right guys, like I said, we got this, we got a short threaded end and a long threaded end. I'm doing some reading right there right quick, and I've never seen any like this. Most of, if you think about the studs I pulled out, they were in all thread. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna put a short end into the head, and then leave us a little more room out here for our nut and our spacer and our washer and for our manifold to go over. So what you want to do before you put this in, you want to spray a little bit of put a little anti-seize on it. So put some anti-seize, and then you're just going to thread it into the holes till you get it hand tight. It calls for it to just go hand tight, but man, I don't like it just being hand tight. You can feel play and you see it moving there. So I'll probably get a vice grip, and I'll probably try to turn them another 1/8 of a turn. Will be the plan. Just to make sure they're good and tight. They will bottom out in there, and there's no real set torque value for these. And what you do is once you torque your outside nut on after you get your manifold on, that'll pretty well torque everything up the way it needs to be anyway. So what I do with my anti-seize, there it is. All right, spray a little more anti-seize. Put our top one on. All right, got our anti-seize in there. Get us a insert. Got us our exhaust insert. If you see, it has a gasket here, then a hard flange, and then a gasket on the outside. So to double seal that. Some people do not put these back in, but it really helps the airflow if you do put them in there, and helps them flow a lot better, and you get a better seal than just putting a single exhaust manifold gasket on there. So, but that's how it is. I just gotta rinse and repeat on the other 5 cylinder. You got 2 here, 1, and then you can't see out of frame here. 1, 2. But I'm going to put y'all back on time lapse, and we'll get these knocked out. Then we'll get back for the install of the manifold. Alright guys, got the manifold set up here. If you look here, these holes are little elongated oval shape. You want to make sure your stud is directly in the center of that to allow for when this thing heats for it to flex. I didn't get my last 2 studs in over here. Had to put the manifold in place first due to the thermostat housing being in the way. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get put our spacers on. We got spacers we got to put in place. Spacer goes there, and we got a washer and a nut, and then we'll secure this all up. The nuts will be torqued to 40 foot-pounds on each one, and we'll start at the center and work our way out, doing it alternating left to right toward the outside. Pretty simple process. So that's what we're going to do now. Put our studs in and go ahead and get this thing buckled up. I'll put y'all back on time lapse. Alright guys, now we got to torque these things to 40 foot-pounds. I'm going to start here, 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 here. Minus this one on the bottom, which I can't get a torque wrench on, or this shorty under here either. You just got to do them with a wrench to the best of your ability. So this is where we're going to start at. Got the torque wrench there set on 40 foot-pounds. As soon as you hear it break, you'll hear that click. Then I can't get on that one, so we'll go to this one, which this one's kind of funny too. Hard to get to. Let's see if we can. There we go. Go back here. Oh yeah. And we'll come over here. Click. And we'll come over here. Go top, bottom, click, bottom, click, bottom over here, click, put an extension on to get to that one. Said over here on this side we can't do the bottom one. I had to do it with just a wrench because you can't get behind that thermostat housing. Click. Over here. Top. Click. Bottom. There we go. All torqued, 40 foot-pounds. All right, next thing we gotta do is mount the turbo, and then we're gonna have to set the turbo configuration up to where it's supposed to be, because every motor is different. So they just kind of have them put on there however. But I think we're looking good here. orient this turbo now that we got it on here. As the outlet side of the cold air side is facing straight down, and it really needs to be facing straight up right about here. I know it's kind of hard, y'all see me there. See if that adjusts good enough. Yeah, needs to be up here, so our air-to-air intake, air-to-air will fit right here. What we gotta do, we gotta loosen up this clamp. See, this is our oil return line too, so it's 180 degrees out of whack too. It needs to be down here, and our oil supply line needs to come on top. So what we gotta do is back off this clamp, which I've already backed it off a little bit. I need to back it off a little bit more. I'll just go ahead and back it off good with the, well, there we go. All right, I seen the turbo just give. So once we got that clamp loose, we can rotate the turbo just like so. And what I'm gonna do, tighten that up just a little bit. I don't like it too loose. Like it tight enough where I can still move it, but loose enough where I can still move, but tight enough I don't have to worry about it going nowhere. So what I'll do is put on our oil return line underneath, because it's a hard line, and get it to line up exactly where it needs to be, and then I can adjust the angle of the dangle right here, and we'll be good to go. So I'll put y'all back on time lapse while I put all this together. All right, we got the oilers part of the turbo here, and got pretty much everything lined up to where we can put our return line on and put our feeder line on here. Both these lines have some football gaskets. The bigger one goes on your bottom line right here, and then your smaller one will go on your top line up here, like so. Just like that. So get those on, we can tighten it up, then we'll re-tighten our clamp here to secure this part. Then we'll have to back this clamp off, and we got to position our blower side out. We got to get it pretty much straight up and down, where of course when the hood comes down it won't hit it, and we're to line up with our air-to-air right here. So that's what we're going to do now. All right, guys, another important thing to remember before you put this top oiler line on is to get you some whatever kind of engine oil you're running in your truck, which we use 1540. Make sure you pre-oil this turbo before you put that line on. Just keep from premature bearing failure. That way it already be kind of lubed up before you're, don't take long for your pump to get oil up to it, but it just, man, that split 3 or 4 seconds before it gets there can do some damage. And just not to make it quit just real quick, but prematurely fail down the road just due to excessive wear right off the bat. So so that's what we're about to do right now. We're going to top this thing off with some oil, then we'll put this other oiler off. Kind of a little help that bottom that return, it was kind of acting funny, but I got it to line up finally. Had to play with it for a little bit. I didn't go ahead and use my football gaskets. These had O-rings in them already, so you know, I've always heard you don't put 2 gaskets together, especially 2 different type of gaskets. So I'm just going to put these back together with the O-rings. If we go to having trouble, then we'll do something different. These are pretty easy to get to if they go to leaking, so I'm just gonna play it by ear and do that right now. So we'll go ahead and pre-oil this one, put our other oiler on, and then all we got to do is put our air-to-airs on, get all that hooked up, and then get our exhaust hooked back up. I still got to get my elbow out of the old turbo, which there is a trick to that too. It is kind of a funny deal. So this is the elbow that goes in the top of the turbo. See these two grooves right here? That's where these O-rings go. Seats it inside that turbo housing. Had a lot of company show up down here a while ago, so I did not get to show y'all how I had to get this the elbow out of this old turbo. But if you look here, here's one of the old gaskets right here. O-ring, one of the old O-rings. I had to end up getting a torch and heating up around here to swell it up so I get that sucker pop out. I beat on it, couldn't get it out. There's no core charge on this turbo, so it didn't hurt to heat it up and get it out. But used the old handy dandy torch over there and got it done. So now, and then I took the elbow here, took it to the wire wheel over there and cleaned it all up good and everything. So now I'm about to put our new O-rings back on, and then we'll slide it into the turbo housing and get her done. So sun's starting to go down. Man, it's a pretty day here today, y'all. Beautiful day. We're up in the mid 70s, hardly any wind. Pretty. Hey y'all, I'm a service truck. I am currently looking for a flatbed pickup to mount all my stuff on. My torch, my welder, compressor, mount this box on. I got another couple boxes for my bigger tools. And so I'm just trying to find me an old long bed with a flatbed 4-wheel drive. I'd like to find like an old 90s Chevrolet pickup like this with a gas motor in it and everything to use. But so I don't have to keep loading and unloading my toolboxes, and it's hard on your boxes doing that all the time, and I'm always needing something, so it'd be better to have that. So that's what I'm looking for right now. So but anyway, let's get after it, put these O-rings on and get this thing put back together. See y'all in a minute. Wipe off my lens here. There you go, more better. All right, we got her all hooked up here. Had hell with this clamp right here, getting it on, but I finally got it. Everything's good and tight. About to fire it up. Make sure everything's going to do what it's supposed to do. Don't have no leaks. So let's do another, cross our fingers and see how we do. Okie doke, guys. Well, we got her done. Got finished up here. Let it run for about 30 minutes, get up to operating temperature, whatnot. Didn't see anything leaking so far, so won't really know anything definite until we get it out and do a pull with it. All in all, everything went pretty smooth today, other than missing those inserts, those 6 inserts, and having to go to Amarillo to pick them up, which we live out here in the boonies, about 80 miles away from any parts store per se, other than we have a Love's here, has a shop if you need a brake chamber or something like that, if it's just something normal. But if you need something special like that, we have to go to Amarillo. Thank goodness Freightliner had the parts we needed. They are the only parts store in Amarillo open on Sundays. I think Bruckner's is too, but Bruckner's is kind of more Mack and Volvo specific on parts. So if you need something special, but Freightliner, Freightliner back in the 90s and the early 2000s, a lot of the Freightliners had these same engines in them, the E-model cats. So we got lucky there, and they had the parts we needed. I just got through cleaning up. I'm about to go to the house. It was pretty straightforward. This video was for informational purposes only. I am, and nor do I claim to be an expert. I'm just a steering wheel holder trying to save us a little money by doing the work ourselves. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe learned something from it. Maybe just got a kick of watching a poor boy work. And hell, we had fun today. We got it done, and it's been a while since I've done the turbo manifold. And I would have done one on the rat rod, but the rat rod, we put that tune in it too, so we went ahead and just let them folks go ahead and do the turbo manifold and put the tune in it. So this truck right here didn't need a tune. It's already got a 550 tune in it. Runs good. Should run even better now. That turbo and manifold we put on there is way better than the stock one that was on there. It should build a little more boost now, run a little freer, have more better throttle response, and run a lot cooler EGT temperatures, which is EGT is exhaust gas temperatures. Should run a lot cooler on that end, a lot freer. So and will help out with some fuel mileage a little bit, hopefully. But tomorrow is Monday. We don't really have anything lined up. 806 Junior Bubba Christian, he has got a district tennis match tomorrow. So I think I'm going to take off and go watch that. And we'll see what's up. And then come Thursday this week, today is Sunday, as a matter of fact. And come Thursday, he has his district track meet. So we're gonna do that on Thursday. So getting here toward the end of the school year, got a lot of banquets, a lot of special events coming up. So it is what it is. I think toward the end of next month, April, me and Miss 806 will be going out to Las Vegas to my older brother. He's getting married to his high school sweetheart after being out of high school for 25 years, but been a long time coming. So I think we're going to try to do that, and we're probably just going to road trip it out there. It's about 900 miles, so it'll take us a day to get out there. And I think we have never been, so we was just going to fly, but I told her, by the time we drive Amarillo, you got a bunch of layovers, and it's about $500 a person to go. If I fly out of Dallas, we can get out there for about 150, but it's a 4-hour drive to Dallas. So hell, time we got to Dallas and got on the plane and everything, we'd already be halfway there. And then after the flight gets there, we would be there in a vehicle. Plus, I think we might try to go see the Grand Canyon and go across the Hoover Dam and all of that. So be a pretty neat little road trip. So I might try to do a little vlogging when we go out there. Other than that, that's about it. Everybody's doing good. We're doing good. We're staying busy and working on these trucks, and should have some more videos coming up. I got a new CB, and I'm gonna be installing it into the rat rod along with a 2-peel amp amplifier that I've had for a long time. I'm going to be doing a little bit of changing up on the interior in there, so we'll make for an interesting video. As far as running, I don't know. We just hadn't been doing a lot of repetitive stuff, and it's hard. I've been having a hard time coming up with some content, but I got a video going to upload tonight of some POV action, so y'all have already seen it by the time this one comes around. And got pulled into a scale house there in Colorado. But other than that, that's it, guys. I'm quit boring y'all, and I'm gonna finish cleaning up, and we're gonna go to the house. So we always say here at 806 Driver, keep the shiny side up, hammer down, support your veterans, and everybody have a good day. And we're out of here. Welcome to the channel. If you've been with us for a while, welcome back, y'all. Just got back, took the day off. Real good in, but he had fun, so that's all that really matters. We got back a little early from there, and tomorrow we gotta get back on the road. That's how I like to say it. A lot of people say here, some fittings. We got some hooking all this up, and that's the reason why I got that big wire over there. Over here, and out the window onto the duct. You can see all the wiring. I like to try to hide everything if I can. So we're here, this pillar, come through here, the door. We'll get me another Wilson 2000 to put on this side. It's just gonna be at this 70 amp breaker at that area, so that's how it's gonna look. You know, for the power wires for the watermelon lights here. Quick check in, mid roll here.